The Mandela Catalogue, a series revolving around entities called alternates that are taking lives and replicating citizens of Mandela County only to kill them, using psychological warfare to kill their prey. With the inclusion of other entities known as the Intruder and the devil himself disguising himself as the angel Gabriel. Hey everyone, my name is Wowman. Do not forget to subscribe. And in today's episode, we are going to be taking a look at the latest installment of the Mandela Catalogue called Interlude, as well as looking at the archived website of the Mandela Catalogue Police Department. So it has been roughly 3 months since we have visited Alex Kister's creation, and honestly it's very refreshing to dive back into a very familiar piece of analog horror. And to kind of put this into perspective, the last time we did take a look at the Mandela Catalogue, my barber made me look like this, and from that day I just swore that I would never visit a barbershop ever again. I'm going to start cutting my own hair. But anyway, if you are unfamiliar with the Mandela Catalogue lore, I do have a playlist linked in the description with every single episode covered up to date on my channel. The installment begins with an overhead view of Mandela County, a town that has found itself completely infested with alternates. And alternates have dwindled the police department, as we saw in the last episode 333. Officer Ruth being killed, as well as Officer Davis, who barely made it out alive. And that's when we're shown the Mandela Catalogue population report spanning from 1990 to 2010. And recalling from previous installments, the first alternate appearance in the series happened back in 1991. So 1990 was the last year that the town would be free from alternates. From 1992 to 2009, the entire population of Mandela County went from 14,763 people down to a mere 1,075 people. In only 17 years, the entire county has lost around 13,000 people. And in the next frame, we are shown the Bi-Thorn Paranormal Society with the slogan, "Investigations done for cheap." And just as a little refresher, the Bi-Thorn Paranormal Society was a company or kind of like organization started by Adam and Jonah, the two people that we saw back in Volume 2, where both of the characters were on the run from the police and using this company or organization as a way of surviving, using the money that they got from this to fund their basic needs. They would get calls about alternates or anything paranormal and would go and investigate the house, but usually it wasn't anything too crazy. However, on their last call, they did get a call from a woman that needed help in her home.
Would you mind giving me a brief description of what you've been experiencing?
I still hear the meows of my old cat Johnny, but the little guy passed away a few years ago.
However, upon investigating the home, Adam came face to face with the Intruder. However, this logo is dated 2007, and Adam and Jonah went on that investigation in 2009. So what we are about to see happens 2 years before Adam would encounter the Intruder. A person named Sarah leaves this message for Adam. "Hey Adam, I got access to more of those MCPD files, and they're pretty recent too. I don't have time to watch them since I'm busy, but let me know what you think. See you soon. Sarah." So Sarah is a new character that we are being introduced to, and just like a little side note, I feel like everyone in analog horror is named Sarah. Like there has to be just at least one character named Sarah. Is it just me? I don't know. But yeah, anyway, if we do go to the Mandela Catalogue Police Department website, we are shown Sarah's full name, which is Sarah Heathcliff, a relative or most likely the sister of Mark Heathcliff. And on the website, we are shown this audio bite from Sarah Heathcliff.
Today would have been his 30th birthday. He had so much going for him. But you stripped that away with your filthy hands. You absolute scumbags. Who do you think you are? Up in that mighty tower of yours. What are you gonna do now? How are you going to repay me for this? I'm still waiting.
And from this recording, it's pretty vague and it's hard to figure out who Sarah exactly is talking about. But it is evident that she is talking about her brother Mark, who was 30 years old when he passed away. But as for who she thinks needs to pay for the death of her brother is unknown. Although she does mention a large tower, and the last instance of a large tower that we've seen in this series was this church. And given the religious themes of this series so far, perhaps Sarah either has strong suspicion or knows that the church is responsible for the alternates coming to Mandela County. Although there is no solid evidence of this so far other than Sarah's word and the kind of subtle sprinklings of the church. And Sarah Heathcliff was also a part of the Bi-Thorn Paranormal Society, working alongside Jonah and Adam. Returning back to the installment, we are given a message from the United Department of Temporal Phenomena, stating that an unforeseen threat has been eliminated. Thanks to your loyalty, courage, and determination, we may now carry onwards without fear. And then we are shown the first verse found in the Bible, in the beginning. This line is directly followed by, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters." So this entire announcement strikes me as very odd because as of 2007, it's clear that alternates are not gone, because Adam would be attacked in 2009 in Volume 2, as well as Jonah and Adam talking about alternates like they're still around.
Right? Half of me thinks that there aren't even alternates, and the mayor was just too stupid to just make that entire infographic.
Yeah, but then, like, why have we been getting so many calls about alternates in the first place?
So either this announcement is an attempt to try and calm citizens by lying to them, or it takes place somewhere past 2009 where alternates are truly gone. Although that seems very unlikely because it seems like alternates aren't really going anywhere. And then we are shown a timeline that demonstrates the 3 degrees at which an alternate is successful at copying a human. The first degree is flawed assimilation, where the alternate lacks sufficient features enough to fool victims into thinking that that is the real person. The second degree is complete assimilation, where alternates have been able to replicate the person at a level that is indistinguishable to the original person. We saw this with Cesar Torres and Officer Davis. Calling back, Officer Davis said that his alternate was an exact copy of him, meaning that that alternate had reached complete assimilation.
I feel different. Seeing a perfect copy of you just walk away.
The final degree is over-assimilation, where the alternate exaggerates the characteristics of the human with the appearance of a monster. The person being copied is a nun, and the nun's alternate is one that we saw way back in Volume 1. Then we are shown the church that we saw back in a previous episode. The final shot is of the woman that had an alternate copy her, with a message beside her, a messenger. And based off of all of this evidence, we can theorize that the Christian church does have connections to the alternates. As to why they are connected to the alternates, we still don't know. But diving into the Mandela Catalogue Police Department website does give us some more clues as to what is truly going on. On the opening page, we are shown in remembrance of Officer Ruth, although Officer Thatcher is on here as well, which is kind of odd considering that Thatcher survived, although perhaps he could have been presumed dead. Unless I am remembering this wrong, although I'm pretty sure I'm not, because he shot the alternate and then it got away, and then leaving him to still be alive. However, the highlight of this website is the database, but when you click on it, you need a username and password to access it. Luckily though, someone on Reddit was able to crack it, and the username being Thatcher Davis 92, and the password being "Every day gets darker," a play on the police station slogan "Every day gets brighter." And within the database, we are greeted with the list of active alternate investigations. Going down the list, we have Kiesler, Joseph, Murray, and Johnson. The rest of the cases have hyperlinks that direct us to separate pages. The first link is on media recovered from case 00334, the case of L. Murray. And what we concluded back in the previous episode is that Adam's last name is Murray, making Adam Murray. But this does have an L as the first name, meaning that the evidence collected is Adam Murray's father, L. Murray. Some weird bootleg version of a copy of the Beginner's Bible, the story of the Nativity. The tape and case is official. Contents are somehow edited and scenes are added onto the tape. Although it came from one of the tapes that Dave restored for me, seems to be kind of educational film geared towards young children. It has been impossible to trace Might of the Subconscious back to any kind of production company. We'll be trying to look more into this. I have a feeling this is directly related with case 0034. The next case file that we have is on the Bi-Thorn Paranormal Society, because as we recall, this organization operates outside of the law, so it makes sense that they would have a file on a illegal organization. Within it, we have Sarah's recording that we heard earlier. The next person listed is a person named Evelyn Miller.
He was always the nicest guy up until he started the investigations of Jonah. I never believed in that kind of stuff. He always came across as a skeptic, so I'm just more surprised than anything. There was always something going on with him, but he just never told me. We got into a big fight over it, and he just told me some awful, terrible things that I just wish he had never told me.
And from her recording, it becomes clear that her and Adam were an item. She talks about how ever since he started the investigation, he started to change. Then it's followed by Adam's recording.
I have no idea what her issue was. She keeps making about me, just on a whim, constantly. There's always something new with her. I have no idea what she's like with other guys, or if she's had this problem with other guys in past relationships, but there's gotta be something up with her.
The final hyperlink that we're going to be taking a look at is labeled 0000. Within it, we are back at the police station with a personal recorder of Thatcher Davis, because recalling from previous episodes, we remember that Thatcher Davis would constantly be recording personal logs for himself.
You ever had the feeling when you wake up and there's just like a pit, like in your stomach and like in your chest? Started happening to me about a year ago. I'd wake up and I would be just fucking like drenched in sweat, and I would come into work. Everyone would be like, "Davis, you look like fucking shit." I can't be in this position. I need to be stronger, and I can't find it within myself to do that.
Thatcher goes into detail about his mental health and how much it is deteriorating, and this is even before he lost Ruth and encountering his own alternate. Thatcher Davis was already in a downward spiral. But yeah, those are pretty much the most crucial parts of the site that I thought needed to be covered, but if you want to check out the full website, I will have that linked in the description as well. But yeah, my name is Wowman. Don't forget to subscribe because that would be great. And real quick, I wanted to thank my beautiful Patreons, Inspector Dom, Miguel Mejia, Notabot, Stanner Furs, Dylan, Mascarees, Robin, Anna, Cubery, Tensity, Estenia, Bleh, and 10 Tiny Bees. You guys are truly amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. It's always super great. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.